Hi, I'm Ray Chobo. I'm Senior Game Producer on World of Warcraft.
So, Ray, what are you showing new here at BlizzCon?
So we have a brand new expansion that we're talking about. It's massive in scope in terms of lore and taking players back into the beginning, basically, help them understand kind of where we are and how we got there and all that stuff. 7 new zones, 7 new dungeons, 2 new raids, garrisons, which is a huge feature for us, and of course the updated player character models, which are going to be great.
So, can you talk about how BlizzCon affects the development of your game?
Well, BlizzCon is actually a really good opportunity for us to kind of bring a lot of the content together and showcase it to the fans and showcase it to the players, and it really gives us a lot of inspiration and feedback on the game as well. So it helps us kind of hone in on some of the stuff that we've been thinking about and working towards.
Can you talk about some of the new features that'll be in the expansion?
Sure. So one of the things that we've been doing is revamping the quest system. So before, you kind of weren't sure when you walked into a zone, what are the main storyline quests? How do I get through a zone? What's the right path? We've cleaned that up a little bit in Warlords of Draenor. The UI is updated so that it supports kind of a main storyline quest, so you can see which ones you kind of have to do. And in addition, we're going to have optional quests as well, much like before. And we'll reward players for exploring if they want to do so, with putting treasures and events in the worlds that you wouldn't normally see on the main quest line. So that's one thing. Another thing is the garrison feature, of course, which is kind of like the Warcraft version of player housing. So instead of being able to just kind of pick your curtains and put the carpet down that you like and set up a painting wherever you want in your player housing, this is very Warcraft-like. So you actually build a base. You have places to put your stuff. It helps towards your crafting experience and towards your player progression. And it's really an exciting concept for us. So we're looking forward to that.
Can you talk a little bit about the story that's going on in this expansion? I mean, you're going to find out the origins of Garrosh Hellscream, apparently, and how this led to the Siege of Orgrimmar.
That's right. So at the end of 5.4, which just came out recently, Garrosh is taken away in chains, and we're going to put him on trial, basically. And on the, during that trial, he escapes. So spoiler alert on that when you're going to look at this later on. He escapes and finds his way back to old Draenor and wants to basically, stop the orcs from ever making the deal with the demons. So this blossoming bromance that's been happening with Gul'dan and Grommash kind of gets put on ice, and Garrosh comes back and he stops that moment in time, and the orcs kind of continue on. The demons are out of the picture, but they still want to conquer, come through the Dark Portal and conquer basically Azeroth as we know it today. And that's Garrosh's big plan, right? There's still something behind all that. There's someone behind all that, which we'll reveal later on as the expansion goes on. But that's basically the storyline, and it's an opportunity for us to kind of bring these really immense lore characters from the past of Warcraft into the current day, and it amps up a lot of the threat and makes it very Warcraft-like.
Now, from a story perspective, why did Thrall entrust Hellscream to lead the Horde?
That's a great question. I haven't had a chance to talk to Thrall personally, so I can't really say. He has his reasons, but he's definitely disappointed with that choice, and he owns that in the end of 5.4, to the point where he's really ready to kind of make amends on that and end Garrosh as we see in the cinematic, but people intervene, and that doesn't get to happen. Yeah, it's actually 10 levels. So we go from 90 to 100. We just figured that was a really epic number, so we really like the idea of going to 100. We definitely have the 100 level tier of talents. And one of the big things that we're doing for Warlords of Draenor is we're boosting people to 90 immediately. So it's going to be really cool for players that are returning or players that have never played World of Warcraft before. We're giving you an opportunity to kind of jump into the current content, so you don't have to worry about, I have to level for 30 levels, or how do I get my gear, or any of that kind of stuff. We're basically setting you up to where you can enjoy the new content with your friends, and the hope is that what we found is that we really think that World of Warcraft is a lot more fun when you're playing with your friends, and so everybody being able to kind of enjoy that new content together is going to be a lot of fun. We think it's going to be something that we're really taking seriously is getting that starting experience very streamlined for folks. And we've done this before. We did it with the Death Knight starting experience, where we kind of rolled you into a hero class and we kind of taught you how to play a Death Knight over the course of a number of quests. And we're going to do the same thing now when you boost to level 90.